Okay, we're going to talk about Sylvan Park. Where is Sylvan Park? What's so great about Sylvan Park? Have you heard about Sylvan Park? My friends just moved to Sylvan Park. That's the kind of stuff I hear all the time when people are talking about where they want to live in Nashville, what's the area that their friends have just moved to. And today we're going to get on and talk about one of those areas called Sylvan Park. Hey, Sylvan Park is located between Charlotte Park and West End Avenue. It's one of Nashville's most beloved neighborhoods. It's only 4 miles from downtown, and there are lots of beautiful things to say about Sylvan Park, whether it's the quaint atmosphere, the beautiful trees, Sylvan meaning forest, but or just that location right above 440 that is out towards off of West End and between Charlotte and West End in that lovely 1800s era cottage. 1887 is when Sylvan Park was founded by the Land Improvement Company under its original name, which was Newtown. And in the mid-1900s, Sylvan Park was served by its own streetcar called the Sylvan Park Dinky, which I think is pretty cute. So for the little historical aspects of it, that's really neat. You can get a lot of new construction. You can get those renovated, beautiful cottages from the late 1800s. Sylvan Park has beautifully lined streets with trees and walkability for young families. It has cute restaurants in that area. It has some shopping, and lots of people would love that Sylvan Park area for its proximity to downtown, plus its proximity to other things. You have parks nearby, you have, like I said, major shopping, but you also have little quaint boutique shops and great restaurants that you can walk down to or drive to, because it's right in the heart of Nashville, right at that West End corridor. It's a lovely area to look at. So talking about Sylvan Park, we have only about, 4,000 residents or so that are homeowners. You don't have a ton of condos, but you do have them nearby. Nice little yards, great homes. It's just a cute area that I've focused on before in some of my other videos, talking about some of the top neighborhoods in Nashville in which to live. But today we're going to specifically talk about why Sylvan Park is so great and why that little area of town is something that you might want to consider living in when you talk to me about moving to Nashville. So what's so great about the Sylvan Park neighborhood? It is a charming little neighborhood. It is rich in history. It has diverse housing. It has a real small, quaint little atmosphere that it gives its residents. And that's all very appealing to people coming in from other places who really want that big city vibe, but they want that little charming, small town feel right there a few minutes away from the big city. They don't want to live on the outskirts and completely in the suburbs. They just want a neighborhood within that Nashville community that might fit the bill. They want to be able to walk on the sidewalks with their babies, maybe walk down to McCabe's golf course, which is a public course, play some golf, get out and walk around on the walking trails around it, and feel safe, be able to stop by Answer or Park Cafe or something like that afterwards for dinner or a cocktail, and be able to walk home. So it's got that small town vibe in a neighborhood, which is really cool about Sylvan Park. Sylvan Park has many green spaces, including Richland Creek Greenway and Richland Park, all nearby. Richland Creek Greenway is a paved trail, and then you have Richland Park has the playground and various tennis courts and things like that. So all really cool nearby. Sylvan Park has wonderful culinary finds down in there. And like I said, I mentioned the Park Cafe, which I love very much. They closed one of our all-time favorites, McCabe's Pub. That was like the landmark of the area. And I don't know what it'll be. Stay tuned for that. There's some other great restaurants along that way. Answer is in there, which is really cool. They have their own little roundabout. So you'll see if you miss one, you can circle around and get back to it. But it is a great little area. McCabe's Golf Course is the public course that I talked about. It has a driving range. It has a community center. It also has Pure Barre if you want to do your ballet and your exercise at Pure Barre could be really great too. You can go to hot yoga in Sylvan Park, and you can go to the row house. So there's other exercise things too there that are nearby. Also, you have a lot going on Charlotte in that general area as you veer on out of the Sylvan Park area. You know, Charlotte Pike actually is in that Sylvan Park area. So lots of places along Charlotte Pike at that point that you could go to eat or to exercise, certainly for work environments, shopping at the L&L Marketplace or various other places, boutique shops along the way. So you can get an awful lot in that Sylvan Park area and feel not like you have to go downtown or into major other areas in order to enjoy life in that small town, quaint little vibe feel that you might be searching for in that Nashville area.
When I think of Sylvan Park, I think of this off of Central and Bowling, how the trees are lined right behind us along both sides. You have the sidewalks, you have the darling houses, the great architecture that's been here since the late 1880s. I mean, this is what I think of as the Sylvan Park, but it has completely grown into a great area, and it definitely extends all the way through McCabe and through over to Charlotte Park and over to the area where we showed you Richland Park. So there's a great farmers market over there at Richland Park, by the way, so you need to stay tuned and go to that too. That's a great thing. But this is what I think of as my Sylvan Park, and I love it. So this area, this street, can give you all the comforts that you're looking for in that 1.5, maybe $2 million price range. But there's also some for less, so keep that in mind when thinking about Sylvan Park.
Okay, let's talk some real estate in Sylvan Park, because it really does vary. But in January of 2025, the median selling price for homes in Sylvan Park was $1.2 million. That was down 22.4% from the previous year. The median home sold here was $889,000. So let's break that down by amount of bedrooms. Let's talk about that. A one-bedroom home in Sylvan Park, by value, kind of an overall basis average, was about $340,000. A two-bedroom home in Sylvan Park was $539,000. A three-bedroom home is getting up there in that $826 to $950 range, and a four-bedroom home in Sylvan Park is $1.1 or $1.2 million. So Sylvan Park has had some nice increases over the years, and I lived near there in a place called Hillsborough Village long time ago, for about a decade, and you could have grabbed a home in Sylvan Park for a four-bedroom home for about $350,000. It was great. Obviously, those homes have gone tremendously up, which is with the influx of business and people coming to Nashville. So Sylvan Park has done, like everything else, very, very well and had a nice increase in value. Those are certainly averages that are given over the last year. And over the last year, we did have some reconciliation that happened in the Nashville market. things may have sat just a little bit longer. It's still one of the top markets in the country in which to live, and Nashville has proven that year after year, especially over the last 5 years. So Sylvan Park is one of those very desirable neighborhoods that is worth checking out, but absolutely the values have increased over the last couple decades, and that's something that feels good about the Sylvan Park area. If you buy there, it feels like you will definitely have a nice increase in value if you stay long enough, and I think that this is a great opportunity for you to get into the Nashville market and be very centrally located and not far from everything, and still have some of those quaint small town charm feels in a neighborhood in the city of Nashville. The median price per square foot in Sylvan Park as of February 2025 was $444 per square foot. So that kind of gave you an average of about $919,000, which was a 9.4 increase from the previous year. Now, I did talk about the overall decrease from the previous year just a minute ago, but that took in effect all the things that had sold within Sylvan Park. The median home price in Sylvan Park was $1.2 million, as I said, with that median price per square at $462. The average cost to build a home in the Nashville area ranges from $100 to $200 per square foot, and that depends on where you are. Factors that affect that cost to build are location, design, who's going to do it, your material choices. So I know we've talked about those things on other videos. What's it cost to build a home in the Nashville area? What's it cost to build a home in, say, Sylvan Park? Well, if you've just spent $1 million for your land before you even tear down to build, that's going to increase your cost to build. The median listing home price in the Nashville area overall is about $545, but that takes in all the areas of Nashville, the entire metro statistical area. So when we're talking one-on-one, we're going to discuss those things that are important to you and talk about the things we mentioned on this video. Don't let that fool you. Depending on where you want to be, that price could certainly go up. But Sylvan Park might be one of those areas that you consider depending on all the things that we discussed on this video. Shopping nearby, location, proximity to downtown and everywhere else in Nashville, proximity to the airport, proximity to the nearest big travel system, whether it's 440 or interstate, I-40, I-65. So those things are very important things to take into consideration. Maybe getting to West End and taking that on down to Broadway, which is the same road, by the way, just a different name. But you know what that entails. Sylvan Park might be a perfect little area situated nicely in the middle of town. Sylvan Park is not far from other very desirable neighborhoods in Nashville: Green Hills, Urbandale Nations, Hillsborough Village, West End Park, and the Gulch. So you are very centrally located in the Nashville area near 440, West End, and Charlotte Pike. So check out Sylvan Park. Talk to me about that. I would love to talk to you on a one-on-one basis and discuss things that are important to you, where you want to send your children to school if that is something that affects your family. What are the values that you intend to spend on your homes? What do you see? Do you want a yard to maintain? Do you want a smaller yard to maintain? Would you like a new build, or would you like a historic home that's been renovated and revamped? Because that can add a lot of charm. I mean, it's a lovely thing when they do that and do it right. There's been a lot of maintenance of Nashville. Some of those historic older homes have really had some new life injected into them, and that can be very appealing to people. I know it is to me. So I'd love to talk to you one-on-one about whether or not something like that is high on your list. Family activities and things that are close by. Do you want to be outdoors? We're Tennessee. Tennessee has a lot to offer as far as being outdoors. Nashville, Tennessee, and the Middle Tennessee area has a lot to offer when it comes to that. So we need to get on those one-on-one discussions, maybe have a Zoom or a quick FaceTime call and talk about what's important to your family and maybe where the drivability is, how far you need to go for those activities for your family. Where's the nearest gym? Where's the nearest shopping? Where's the nearest school? What is that school? Go to greatschools.org and look up the schools for the zip code or for the address that you might be interested in. And then we can talk further about what those options might hold for you. So do I like Sylvan Park? I love it. I love it. It's beautiful. Summer, fall, winter, spring. Sylvan Park is a darling area. I love the feel of the wide streets, the sidewalks on both sides, the difference in the look of the homes, the character is there. And I like that. I think it's beautiful when they've revamped something. I think it's beautiful when they built something new. You might have had a tear down that just wasn't going to make it. There wasn't an amount of money you could put into it to restore it properly. I think it's really neat when someone can come in and redo it and put up something lovely in its place. I think that's always nice. I love how close it is to everything that I personally like to go to. I'm a West Nashville girl when it comes to my Nashville things, and so that's just where my people are, where they've been for generations. So I love Sylvan Park. I think it'd be a great place to live. Lived over there close off of Cherokee many moons ago in one of those homes that I'm describing now. Loved it. And so, yeah, I think Sylvan Park is a great decision when looking at Nashville if you want to get into the Nashville market and be under that 1.5 million and have some room to grow or a great first place to get into. So let's talk further about Sylvan Park on a one-on-one call together. Thanks for listening.